Hope you enjoy everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Sellavin asking my latest review on Naruto Shippuden episode 468, The Successor, right now. Hagoromo has made this decision. He has chosen the younger brother Ashura over the older brother Indra. And we all knew this from any, but now let's see what happens. We know that things happen. Their father sent them both on this journey to go to villages that were dealing with problems from the divine tree, and help, and they also had water problems. Now Ashura, he he had he helped the villagers by making sure they didn't rely on the divine tree, because the divine tree was also stealing their strength and hurting and even hurting them. He taught them to do what the ninjas do, and taught them how to how to rely on each other and how to build a well. Basically they use their power and stuff to work together and manage to and do so. They found water and built a well together. However, Indra was different. Like Indra did say he did the same thing. However, he did it alone. No one trusted. He trusted no one. He didn't trust anyone. He did it all by himself. However, the people who helped the village ended up fighting over the water and nearly destroyed themselves. Basically, because he used force instead of force and did things alone and didn't trust anybody. The village he tried to save became ruined. You know. And Hagoromo said this himself in this episode. Oh, no, Indra possesses a great power called the Sharingan, but that Sharingan power closed off his heart, and forced him not to trust, and forced him not to connect with people. You, on the hand, who didn't have such power, who has the ability to feel empathy for people and trust in them. Basically, he's saying that Indra can connect to people's hearts in a way Ashura can connect to people's heart that Indra can, so that's why he chose him, and because he chose love. However, the older brother didn't trust him, even though the people were at peace. They celebrated and rejoiced. Some didn't, like for example, two people who were loyal to Indra wanted him to be successful and would support him, and they would gladly do so. But Indra, how he just kills them right off the bat, how he does this. Yes. And he said this himself. He discovered this. If the yeah, the more and more he loses people closest to him, the more his Sharingan evolves, and he awakens the Mangekyo. And his Mangekyo is the six-pointed star, six hexagonal star one on the one that Sasuke has. The six-pointed star. And he even awakens the Susanoo, and his Susanoo is the same as Sasuke's. And seeing how it's obvious that these two are definitely ancestors of the Uchiha and the Senju, or Senju also branched off became the Uchiha clan. And this was definitely a big deal when you think about it overall. Overall, I think about it. I think about it. Seeing how he did this, it's obviously that Indra is become corrupt with power. Alright, especially it's as Hagoromo said. He's definitely not what you call himself. Oh, the situation, how he literally how he's literally going to destroy his own family, everybody, to prove that his father was wrong. But he's not going to do this. His younger brother's trying to tell him that he's wrong, not to do this. And he's willing. He does love his older brother, but he's not. But his older brother isn't listening, not anymore. Now, he tries to fight his older brother off. He tries to do his best. Remember, he's not as strong as brother. However, Hagoromo gave him his power. He's having the other villagers gain their power as well, and he even summons like the six paths power, like the staffs and the orbs floating on his back. It's seeing how he does this. It's pretty intense. Overall, I do like it. Seeing how they fight against each other, and he managed to convince the villagers to join his power, with his power with with the other villagers. Ashura awakens, and he does wood style. you know, and he does that divine sage jutsu wood style, you know, when he summons that huge monolith and it's with with the multiple hands. This is just like how Hashirama, Hama, and Madara did their battle. Even though, well, it makes sense since they're the next reincarnation of those guys. It would make sense in a big way that they would. I mean, and those two were considered the most powerful humans of their era during the Warring States era, where there was where there was no villages, you know, and that was before the ninja villages became started. Overall, when you think about it, it's pretty intense, and it's something you gotta think about, you know. Overall, the story I did like, you know, even though the younger brother eventually he won, he still couldn't bring himself to kill his older brother, you know. Because he still loves his older brother, but this betrayal, you know, it comes as a huge shock. You know, he knows that this is different. It is different, and this is the way the story's meant to be. Like the older brother was not chosen, the younger brother was. As a result, the older brother declared war on his younger brother, and their ancestors, their descendants, continue this for generation upon generation. And and the younger brother's family became the Senju, and the older brother became the Uchiha. You know, and on Hagoromo's deathbed, both sons saw him. However, the older brother, you know, saying that he will continue, and his war against Ninsu will continue. It will envelop the world, and he will prove that he will become that strength is right. As the younger brother, he still remains the successor, and he still continuing on his father's way of teachings, and sure that Ninsu, you know, eventually he would succeed. However, eventually, because of the conflict, Ninsu was forgotten. War continued. Many lives were lost. Hagoromo and Hagoromo's legacy, you know, became forgotten and became misused and became ninjutsu. You know, over, he tried his best to do things in a different way, hey, you know, which was pretty intense, you know. He tried to believe in his sons, but in the end, the sons ended up ultimately turning against each other. However, he believed that there's a way to do things differently now. To believe in the people he chosen now. He believes that with Naruto and Sasuke, who are the latest reincarnations of his sons, that there is hope, you know, to follow in their footsteps. Even though now that there is a way to do things differently. I like the story overall, but it is filler. And, and from what I saw, the filler's not yet over. It looks like we're gonna get even more filler next week. Like from what I tell, it's gonna be about what's under Kakachi's mask. If you guys remember the previous Naruto series, and there was an episode that they tried to find out what was under Kakachi's mask. You know, there was an episode that where they tried to find out what was the hell was under Kakashi's mask, and that was straight up canon, you know, to the story. It was from the manga, but they never got to see. That was back when Naruto was more comedic, with also action, but also comedic. You know, it was pretty good. Well, so think about it. Overall, overall, I liked the episode. What did you think of it? Excuse the noise that you heard in the background. I have a noisy neighbor, and I really want to punch him out. You know, um, the animation was pretty good. I liked it, but you know, it's filler, and I want to get back to the main story. Alright, and I like the opening. How they changed the opening slightly. You know, how they changed it slightly. They changed it in a different way as you would normally see it. I like it. I liked it. I do, but you know, it's pretty different. And I like the ending as well. If you don't know this, in certain Asian cultures, they have this they like this lantern and they send it away in the water or river or something, and they believe it carries the souls of the dead and it helps them guide them to the afterlife. You know, in certain Asian cultures, if you know what I'm talking about. Overall, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Sellavin gave my latest review on Naruto Shippuden episode 468, The Successor. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for subscribe. Thank you. Bye.